Hi everyone, it's Judgy Cow. You'll see that I've got a mask on today because this is my face when I'm working from home. I've also got a dressing gown because what's a Judgy Cow without a dressing gown? It's a bit small there. Couldn't get my size. So today we've got 3 great stories from AITA, from Reddit, and they're about weddings. So we'll get started with a nice short one to start with. The first story, AITA was saying no to my wife being a bridesmaid. I am, or was, going to be the best man at my brother's wedding next year. My wife was invited to be a bridesmaid, and she initially said yes. It turns out that the bride is now expecting my wife to get a whole new wardrobe for the bridal showers, bachelorette party, rehearsal dinner, and on top of her bridesmaid's dress. The only colour she's allowed to wear to all these events is the same lavender colour as her bridesmaid dress. She was even given a few swatches of that material to take shopping with her. The shoes and makeup have to match for photos. Even pyjamas have to match. The bachelorette party is a week getaway plus all of the other events. It's like an additional 10 days of clothes that my wife will never wear again. She normally wears black or dark colours. I bring this up to my brother after he brings me the swatches of fabric. I told him this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He said that's why they're giving me almost a year to get all the items together for the bachelorette and the weddings. I'm thinking of my wife's reaction because she is already not great friends with the bride. I told my brother that my wife can attend the wedding as a guest and not as a bridesmaid. My brother gets mad saying that I'm upsetting his fiance's aesthetic for the wedding and that she's had planned. He's just asking for a few days of accommodation, and I said no. He tells me that I'm no longer his best man for this. God. And I'm selfish for destroying his fiance's dream wedding over a few dresses. I don't know why. So that's the initial post from OP. And I'm sorry, lavender. I've just attended a party where they wanted a specific colour. And oh my God, is it so hard to find clothes appropriate in a certain colour? It's just mental. But to think that the bride is expecting OP's wife, to wear the same colour for all the wedding events, it's just ludicrous. I mean, I don't see how OP is the a-hole here, but we'll see what Reddit has to say. So then OP also has an edit. He says, I don't know why Reddit would think I didn't discuss this with my wife. I told her afterwards, and she laughed, saying, hard pass. Maybe when you've grown up into a functional, healthy relationship, you'll understand that you can predict your wife's moods and boundaries. So let's have a look at some of the comments. Needless to say, Reddit said that this is NTA, but one commenter said, it's incredibly selfish when brides do shit like this. It's unfair to expect everyone to spend what will ultimately be thousands to try and accommodate this type of request. Your brother is being delusional. Another Redditor said, NTA, he knows his wife. If this would happen to my partner, I'd expect to have my back. This isn't speaking for her, this is backing her up. That's actually his job as a husband. Back to the topic. This is nuts. Good thing you didn't take their shit. I mean, yeah. The comments sort of say it. Say the same thing. But yeah, I completely agree with the commenters. Well, there's two different things here. Yeah, brother and future fiance, sister-in-law are ridiculous because it is thousands of pounds to buy a whole new wardrobe. I mean, how many of us buy that many clothes in one day, let alone in a specific colour? If they're going away for 10 days, that's 10 different outfits. And then also, the Redditors sort of saying, you're speaking on behalf of your wife. Well, no, that's his family, OP's family, and he's defending his wife on behalf of the family. So yeah, I from his family on behalf of her. So yeah, I can totally see. Oh my God, it's so hot in this thing. I can totally see. Yeah, that it makes sense. Okay, let's go for story 2. Oh my God, I just had to have a break and take the mask off because it's so hot in here. But yeah, let's go for story 2. AITA for pulling out of planning my sister's wedding, causing her to lose her venue. As a wedding planner who's been in the industry for many years now, my 31 male party trick amongst close friends and family is to be able to attend to guess how long clients' marriages will last with pretty alarming accuracy. Wow, what a party trick! If you can ask anyone in the industry, there are specific indicators while working with a couple that allow us to be able to gauge compatibility. I can usually get down to around a 6 month window when predicting when photos of each other will disappear from socials. This is not me taking joy in the crashing and burning of relationships. Working in this career field can actually leave you feeling jaded about relationships in general, which is why I'm reluctant to work for family or friends. The specific stress wedding planning puts on some people or couples can bring out the worst in them that you do not see in everyday life. Oh my god, that's so true. My sister is getting married next early next year and practically begged me to plan her wedding despite my stance on clients I know personally. I finally gave in and we began the process back in March. Last week, while we were meeting and finalising a few things, she asked me about the party trick I mentioned. She said, since I'd been working with her and her fiance for months now, I could give my prediction as to how long they were going to last. I laughed and tried to move on. I thought she was joking, but she continued to press the issue. After continually bothering me about this for at least 15 minutes when I'm trying to move on, I do have work outside of my specific appointment with her that I need to get on to. I finally told her that I thought they would last forever. She claimed she didn't believe me and wanted my real number, so I shrugged and told her the truth. A year and a half. She was livid. I felt incredibly uncomfortable with the whole ordeal, and especially with how little she respected my boundaries in what is supposed to be a professional setting. And just tried to usher her out of my office. Instead, she began ranting about my own marriage and said she gives us until the end of the year before we break up, and accused me of being a homewrecker. She finally left, and I emailed her saying I would no longer be involved in planning. I gave her the contact information for all of the vendors we were working with, but I told her the venue would no longer be available as they only book to people that have existing relationships with them, and my involvement was necessary. I had to break up with clients before, but this felt particularly rough. She's now told our parents that I'm purposely sabotaging her wedding, and that I was unforgivably rude to her when she just asked a playful question. I feel really silly for letting a person disrespect my boundaries over and over again. Something I typically wouldn't tolerate, but now I'm wondering if I'm wrong. Right, let's see what the community thinks. But so let's see what the community thinks. They've said NTA, but top comment said, update us in a year and a half whether your number was accurate. Well, and then someone responded to that saying, only if OP's sister can actually get married. Well, yeah, they don't have their special venue anymore, so that's going to be a bit hard. I mean, they can get married anyway, but yeah. Another commenter said, if you push and push to be told information, you alone are responsible for the consequence of the consequence that hearing it brings. 100% agree with that comment. I don't think we need to read any more. OP is so silly. Oh no, we've got one commenter here who said, everyone is the a-hole here. I think you should stop playing this party trick with anyone. Even if you're accurate, it's not a nice thing to say about people. You could have avoided this whole scenario if you'd never played mental games with people's lives. Now, of course, your sister is an a-hole for pushing and pushing, but you should never have told her the truth. See, we all do things at work, don't we? Like, in our normal jobs that make us, just make it a little bit better. And OP here, he doesn't go and tell brides, oh, by the way, I think you're going to be divorced in like 2 years. And that's why he doesn't work with people he knows, because he knows inevitably this question might come up that he does, for strangers, essentially. If he's wrong, he's wrong. If he's right, what? I mean, he doesn't know these people, so it doesn't make a difference. But it just so happened that this was his sister. Yeah, I think I agree with the community, and hope he's not the AO here. Just wanted to see some of OP's comments though. See if we've got anything. There was one. Okay, so a community member asked, why did she call you a homewrecker specifically? Because so you remember that, the sister said, oh, you're a homewrecker and stuff. So OP says, I met my husband when he was the best man at a wedding I was planning for. I was incredibly busy and immediately shut down most of his flirting attempts. He was in a dying relationship at that point with a woman he does not look back fondly on. We played cat and mouse for a while, and I specifically remember telling him I only dated men, not boys, and that he could never handle me. There was no overlap in these relationships, but that bride and groom I planned for. Like to take credit for giving him and me, a kick in the bum to finally leave that very unhealthy dynamic. The home wrecker was a gross exaggeration of what actually happened, which was mostly just me doing my job while someone had a crush on me. Even if I have the facts to back up calling someone that, I would never do so in a professional environment. A lot of lines were crossed, or maybe one singular line was crossed by miles. Either way, not good. Yeah, so I still think OP's NTA, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Right, I think we've got time for one more story. I'm gonna have to take another break and take this thing off because it's so hot in here. Yeah, and then we'll come back with another story. So last story, AITA for not giving my sister her wedding dress because she didn't invite my underage son. I, 40 male, have a sister, 30 female, who's getting married in a week. The groom proposed to her a year ago at a family dinner that left everyone speechless, but very happy for them as they are long-time companions. During the dinner, my sister asked my son, 17 male, to make her wedding dress. My son has always loved design and fashion. He took technical courses in these areas and sewing, and even his friends keep asking for his clothes because they're so beautiful. He agreed, but said that he needed time and that he would need her opinion constantly. At first, my sister was very annoying. My son drew up about 50 dress designs in a month, and she only liked one, which he continued with. He sewed it with great quality fabric, which I paid for, as I wanted to be involved in a certain way. For 5 months, wow. For 5 months, he made several adjustments to suit her wishes, as she always complained about something. After a while, he arrived at the final product, and it was amazing. My mother cried seeing my sister in the dress, and I confess that I almost got emotional too. The problem was that last week my son came to talk to me about the wedding invitation that had not arrived for him, but for other family members. I thought maybe he didn't need one, but it felt weird. I messaged my sister raising this issue, and she replied that she didn't want any underage people at her wedding because there would be alcohol. I asked if she was going to make an exception for my son, but she cut me off and said no. There are no children in our family. My son is the only minor, so I didn't see any sense in this rule for family members. And to make matters worse, my son was very sad and cried because he had spent months on this dress and couldn't go to the wedding. I was very upset and told my sister that she should look for another dress as soon as possible, as she would no longer wear the one my son made. She called and yelled at me, saying I was being unreasonable and that I couldn't do this. My mother called me saying I should deliver the dress and follow the rules, but I didn't and hung up on her. Because of this, the family is divided. Many agree with me and condemn my sister's actions, saying that she could only make an exception. But another part says I'm unreasonable and I'm spoiling her big day. I don't think I'm being wrong, but just rational and paying her back in kind. So AITA. Wow. And right, there's an update, so I think I'm gonna read the update first, and then I'll make a comment because update. First, I would like to thank all the comments and suggestions. I really didn't expect my post to resonate so much. I talked to my son about the suggestions you guys made, and he agreed to sell the dress at market price. He calculated the price of everything, and the value was quite high. He sent the proposal to my sister, and she hated it. Of course she did. She wants a free wedding dress. She said that she couldn't afford it because it was too expensive, and it should be a gift because she is family. Well, I responded by saying that it was too easy to say she was family to get a free dress, but not enough to include my son. She cried on the call and begged me not to ruin her day. But I didn't call because that to me was BS. At no point did she offer to let my son go or to apologize for it. And for anyone who said that maybe she's homophobic, I'm not sure. But I think But I think who can be influencing her is her fiance, who is a Christian and has never been close to my son. However, I don't care if he's doing it or not. If she wants to exclude my son from this event, then she will also be cutting ties with me. And for those who are asking for a photo of the dress, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but my son didn't agree, and unfortunately, I won't post it because of that. If anything else happens, I'll let you know. Until then, thank you all. Oh my gosh, 100% not the a-hole. However, sister over there, audacious. She is audacious. She's cow dung. Let's just put it that way. She is cow dung. Because how dare she? So not only was she like, oh no, I don't like these million dresses you've made for me, designed for me. I like this one, and then want to nitpick. Takes a poor boy five months to make the thing, and he's like, oh, by the way, thank you for the dress. You can't come. Also, I'm not paying for it because it's too expensive. No, absolutely not. She's so horrible. Oh my god. Let's look at the community comments. NTA, he should go and wear the dress. Yes. Oh my god. Walk in when it would be amazing if he walked in when it said, does anyone have any objections? And he just walks in this glamorous wedding dress. I do. Oh, brilliant. Another commenter says, so your sister can't have children at her wedding, but use your son as child labour to make her wedding dress. She's TA. 100%. Oh no, we can't have children because of alcohol and that. Oh yes, all too much adult activity. However, you, young child, can make my whole dress for 5 months. Bloody hell. Well, if he's not invited, he doesn't need to give a gift. 100%. She should pay for the dress, and if she doesn't, then you're NTA. Well, do you know what? I'm glad the son actually managed to sell the dress and make a profit from it, because, well, and get his money back, because that's absolutely ridiculous. I just want to see if there's an update on this one. Oh. Okay, well, it's kicked me out because the account has been suspended or something. Well, those have been the stories today. Let me know what your comments are in the comment section. You know, let me know what you think of these OPs. Were they the a-holes? Were they not? Would you have done anything differently? And also let me know what you think about the marks. I am melting in here. But yeah, we'll see each other another time, and hopefully you can subscribe and like some of my posts. See you later. Bye.